Axe goes in, blood comes out. Axe goes in, blood comes out.
Huh, he's right. Gloomwood is a stealth-focused, immersive sim game, just recently released into early access. Set in a dark gothic world of steampunk technology and horrors unfound, you play as a doctor, captured and lost, and must break free and set about getting to the bottom of why you're so important and so sought after. I will say this game is somewhat dark visually. Not like macabre or anything, although a little. It's about sneaking through shadows, so you might have trouble seeing the game if you're watching this on your phone in bed. Also, maybe some trouble seeing in general later in life. That's really not good for your eyes, kids. The game is published by New Blood Interactive and developed by Dylan Rogers and David Szymanski.
David Szymanski?
Yes, that one of Dusk and Iron Lung fame. But don't be mistaken, he's co-developer. Dylan here is the lead, and he has been working on this game for a long time. A demo came out 2 years ago, and I'd been seeing it for ages before that. This new early access launch version, though, blows that demo out of the water in so many ways. Yeah, in case you can't tell by the way this game looks, its stealth focus, and the fact that Dylan's Twitter handle is Taffing, this is a huge send up to the Thief series. Absolutely insanely innovative titles for their time, succeeding in doing stealth from a first-person perspective like no other, the Thief series is an absolutely fantastic set of games. By which I mean 2 fantastic games, and then another one. I haven't really engaged with it, but I hear it has some good bits to it. We don't talk about any others. But in the immersive sim genre, yes, I'm not a fan of that name either. Please debate about it in the comments. Most developers like to bounce off of System Shock, or System Shock 2 specifically, when making their own titles. I can think of no end of works which have been inspired by that game. Some games even want to take inspiration from Deus Ex, which is an adventurous task because, arguably, not even Deus Ex has managed to live up to Deus Ex.
Oh my god, Daddy!
What a shame.
He can't really be... There must be something we can do.
He was a good man. What a rotten way to die.
But not many games have bounced off from Thief. The only one I can really think of is Dishonored, and I sometimes forget that it does take inspiration from Thief because of all the supernatural powers you're blessed with, and all the moral choice you're weighed down by. Thief is actually a fairly stripped back experience, at least in terms of player actions. We'll talk about level design in a bit. It focuses on sneaking around, using your environment and your equipment in the best possible way as to succeed in your goal. You're not going to be doing much fighting, because fighting will often only serve to get you killed. You're a thief, not a knight. It's utterly engrossing, but apparently never made enough buzz outside of niche circles to be followed up upon properly. At least, until now. Gloomwood takes the spirit of Thief and runs wild with it. The art style, the gameplay, the overall tone and feel of the world evoke the very best qualities of Thief, while also inventing enough identity for itself that it doesn't feel derivative or like a cheap copy. Garrett in Thief will eschew killing guards, for example, as it would be undignified for a thief to murder callously while on the job. Gloomwood's doctor, however, has been captured by axe-wielding maniacs, so, frankly, all gloves are off. Oh, a combination save. Oh, I wonder what the code could be. Could it be this? Wait, what? What do you mean it's not 451? But my immersive sim code. I should probably quickly summarise how the game is played, specifically. The game focuses heavily on stealth, with the player able to hide in shadowy areas from guards. From there, it's up to the player to decide how they want to proceed, with a fleet of tools at their disposal to give you freedom. Although, and I cannot emphasise this enough, sneaking is definitely the name of the game here. There's also a great deal of inspiration from survival horror, most notably with Resident Evil. I mean, just look at this inventory. This is not as spacious as one might think, and it's up to you to decide on what you take and what you leave behind, and whether to sort things so that they are neat and tidy, or cram everything in like a gremlin. Oh, my inventory's full? I could spare one bottle. I did say that the game looks very similar to Thief, and at times, it really does feel downright uncanny. But don't let that trick you into thinking this game is just going to revel in a period of gaming history where people looked like this. We have made a few technological advancements now, and they can even affect gameplay. Firstly, moving lights. This would have made Thief's engine explode back in the day, but now we can have guards walking around with torches. The darkness you're hiding in might not mean a thing if someone's just going to walk up to you with a light. A moment that really stuck out to me is when you leave the fishery for the first time and see the lighthouse. It's pretty prominent and is your main objective going through the game. But the light shining from the lighthouse will illuminate the area you're in, so all your precious shadow can disappear if you're not careful. Another aspect is that while Thief is in this medieval setting with occasional indulgences into steampunk and fantasy, Gloomwood is very comfortable in its late 1800s-esque setting, which means that when you're seen by someone, you could be like Thief and try having a sword fight with them to escape with your trusty cane sword, or instead, you can use a gun. This game has guns. Go to thiefwithguns.com and it will take you to this Steam page. No, I'm really serious. But wait, does that mean I can just throw away stealth and go mad through the level? No, it does not. The guns have limited ammo, and reloading is deliberately slow and methodical. The gun is a way to deflate an escalating situation, though you can make some tactical uses for it. You can also use it to shoot out lights, but you might alert some people by doing so. Thankfully, there's more than just the revolver. A pneumatic-style silenced pistol that's more used for hitting lights and switches rather than people. Also with burning rounds, which are really useful for group takedowns. Maybe even too useful, though they seem to be the rarest ammo type in the game at least. There's also a shotgun. It's both breakaway and pump action. But it's based on an actual gun. Don't complain it's unrealistic, the fans can't wait to correct you. You might think you can ignore the guns, just get by through stealth killing all the guards. And yeah, you can kill all those guards. Take your long hard poker and stab them right in their inviting red squishy... Sorry, I don't know what came over me there. But it's not just guards you have to worry about. I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say it's easier to sneak past human eyes than it is others. Okay, we have to talk about level design, because goddamn, to make one last comparison to Thief, Gloomwood is taking some of Thief's best work and putting it everywhere in this early version. There are so many goddamn solutions to problems, it is positively thrilling to play at every step. Opening this door will lead me outside, but I'll be attacked by the guards there. So instead, why not break a window above everyone by throwing a mug through it? Jumping across and climbing through, then getting the drop on everyone. Maybe I should swing across these chains so I can get outside that way. I need to get in this building, but I don't have a key. I could smash the windows down, or I can make some noise which lures out the person inside who unlocks the door to see what's happening. Absolutely nice. Hey, maybe I can also go through the chimney! Yeah, that was a stupid idea. Okay, I've literally just started the game. It is the second room from hitting new game. Let's just do the tutorial and crouch under here. Or I can take a box and climb up and over and make a shortcut, just skipping parts of the game. And then die because I haven't done the tutorial and don't know how to play yet. Fantastic! You'll probably make mistakes when playing. Maybe you'll get frustrated by them. But I absolutely love doing so. Because after dying and respawning, I had all these opportunities open to me once more to experiment with. do as I please. You only save at set checkpoints, so you might want to backtrack and resave so you don't repeat any cleared areas you've already done too much, but maybe you can do certain parts better, and with fewer mistakes. But don't give up if you do, because if you survive a mistake, you could turn it into an opportunity. Like when I made enough noise that a clown car of guards came after me. But once they calmed down and began to leave, I killed one and took a vital key that I would use later. Oh, and they left a locked door open because I took out the guy who was meant to be last out of the room. Yeah, that's a thing the game accounts for. That's so cool. This isn't even going into all the secret and hidden areas with all kinds of useful items and treasure that you can find. It is of great use for you to explore every dark corner of these levels. Now, I played on normal difficulty, Half Moon as the game calls it, for my first playthrough, and I thought it was maybe a bit easy at times. Though, I am a bit of a stealth game fan, and I've played the Thief series before. I played through the game again on the harder difficulty, Full Moon, to gauge how things were, and yeah, it was a bit harder. I certainly felt I was punished more for my actions, but it's not as dramatic as I thought it'd be. The stealth still felt relatively the same. I'll probably look into playing the game on this difficulty in the future, but I'm curious to what Blood Moon will bring about. Just before I was going to upload this video, the game actually received an update. And not only did it make getting caught even more punishing, but it also did this.
I can't wait to wear your skin. The gods will be pleased.
Well, that's a fun twist, but don't worry, they're not insurmountable.
I am going to win fire.
Yeah, I'm not really clear on what happened here either. I think the torch guy hit his own man, and then just, yeah, all of this. Pretty cool though. Regardless, the update has assured me the whole game won't end up being a walk in the park. Some more mix-ups to the stealth would still be good, but I do appreciate it's still the early game yet, and that Blood Moon is coming. Oh, and what's this too? Ah, I saw some sense, did you? Well, I guess I can give that safe another go, as a true Taffer would. One final thing to mention that I love is the character presented by guards chattering, and you overhearing what they're talking about. It's just a really nice touch to hear them talking about stuff in the world. Makes it really feel alive.
You first. Are you joking? Did you see the claws on that thing? I'm not going anywhere near it until the others bring the dynamite.
I do wish that the triggers to overhear them were a little bit more lenient. If you can enter a room in multiple different ways, I guess it's hard to account for all the different ways a player can enter to actually start the conversation.
What does the Countess want with him anyways?
But yeah, this is an early access, and it is pretty early. There's maybe only about 2 to 4 hours of content here, depending on how much secret exploring you do, and then the game just kind of stops. I'm interested to play more, but we are going to have to wait for that. One area seemed to be teasing a very interesting encounter, building it up as something kind of creepy and special. I made my way into the basement, strange noises above me. Crept through the darkness, and then couldn't open the door. Oh, this doesn't mean the pub is under renovations, it means they haven't finished this part of the game yet. There were a few bugs as well, but I have to say it's one of the more stable early access releases I've played. AI might mess up a bit from time to time. Pulling my inventory open while crouched here had the trunk appearing on the floor above me, which was very weird, but that's about it, honestly. Pretty minor stuff. It's something to bear in mind if you're thinking about playing it, but I think New Blood games go up in price as they go through early access, so have a think for yourself if it's worth picking up now or maybe later. But Gloomwood seems to be shaping up fantastically based on what's here. It's a genuine joy to play, and it's faithful to the legacy of its influences. It'll probably be in early access a while. The game estimates a year or two at least on the Steam page, but what's here is incredibly promising. I won't review it properly until it's done, but now I wonder how I'll engage with it here in my own time. Will I wait for the full release, or should I play it piecemeal as it updates? I don't want my skills to dull. It was a while between updates for Ultra Kill, another New Blood game, and I walked into Act 2 like I'd forgotten how my arms work. Don't want that happening here. I'll work this out later. Play Gloomwood. And play Ultra Kill. These guys, they just make these good games, like what the fuck?